Number one, man, it's AFC North football's rivalry game. A lot on stake, or a lot on the line for the Steelers team. Whether you're talking postseason, whether you're talking just it being the Browns, rectifying the loss that we had to them earlier in the year, not getting swept by them. Whether you're talking about no losing seasons for Coach T, all of those things are at play here, man. And just finishing the season strong, even if postseason doesn't work out for us, because obviously we know we are dependent on others still. But in that vein, I do feel, that this is one of those ones that we should be excited about. And when we talk some of the advantages that I think the Steelers are going to have, the first thing is how highly motivated they're going to be. We obviously know the DeMar Hamlin situation, but I think it does hold more weight in Pittsburgh in terms of using the motivation element versus a Browns team, just because of the closeness of it. We literally share the building with Pitt. Like, it's right there. So when you hear, how Coach Tomlin can speak on it, when you can hear how, these players are talking about the impact and how they can feel it, they feel it because where he went to school at, that's right next door. Them dudes are hurting. They're loving on him as well. That energy is contagious, man, and you feel that for the city. The next thing, man, when you talk about no losing seasons, Robert Spillane came up here and talked about that. You could hear he was not playing. Not at all. That's of great importance, man.
History.
Like, I'm telling you, bro.
We're not going to be this team.
I'm telling you, bro.
Catalog.
Like, you do not want to be that team. You would much rather be one of the teams that you kind of just get forgotten about in the how many years of winning versus be that outlier team that y'all are the ones that stunk it up. You don't want to be that. They understand that. But then at the end of it, they understand that they got postseason hopes that are very much in play. You're asking the Jets to beat the Dolphins. It's not unheard of.
Everything happens at one. That's gonna be electric.
So you don't have the letdown of, hey, we're kicking off at 4, but we already know this team is out of it, so we don't stand a chance. Nah, when you kick off, man, everything is live action. So the motivation that I think the Steelers are going to come out with is going to help them start fast, which is critical. The next thing I think we'll have an advantage in is our run game. I think that we can definitely run on this team. Their inner part of their defense is the softer part of their defense. When you talk about attacking them, that's kind of how I like it. When you're talking about running on them, man, run directly at them. Don't allow their smaller players to be space players and be athletes. Make them play big boy football. Make them play the type of football that they don't want to do necessarily. And if we hadn't shown that we could do it against a Baltimore Ravens defense last week, I wouldn't be as strong on us doing it this time, because we obviously know how it went the first go around. We had some success, but we couldn't sustain it. This time, I'm like, man, there is nothing that's going to stop us from being able to run this ball down their throat and make them like it. And that's the thing that I think we will be able to do on a consistent basis. And then the third thing that I think we'll have a really significant advantage in is the pass rush. Our guys, in terms of TJ, Highsmith, Larry Ogunjobi, and Cam Hayward, those are not guys that you want a one-on-one pass block. The Cleveland Browns, they do a lot of that right now because of how frequently they throw the ball with Deshaun Watson. And that is going to allow those guys to have multiple opportunities to win their one-on-one, to just go out there and cook. And that's the part that I think we will be able to take advantage of, because it's already been shown even with lesser talented teams and lesser talented pass rushes have already been able to have advantages there. Now, when we flip it and talk about some areas that I personally think we might, just have to be a little bit more alert for, or areas where we might struggle in, got to talk Amari Cooper. We saw him first game. We know who he is in terms of his career, what he's been capable of. These past couple of games, him and Deshaun Watson have also been able to start to build a little bit more of a rapport, a little bit more of a connection. Amari was already cooking when it was Jacoby Brissett. We saw that happening as well. His run after catch ability, he's ultra fundamental, tough, just a complete receiver, So he's definitely a guy that when you talk about top tier talent or elite players at a position, he's just one of those guys that you just got to be alert for. Not saying that you panic over it, but you got to respect it. And that's what Amari Cooper is. Next, of course, Myles Garrett. We know here we don't value him like that because we got TJ Watt, and we know those two guys compete for a lot of awards and stuff like that. And we always going to say our guy's the best and their guy sucks, period. But outside of him sucking because he's not TJ Watt, he is actually a really good player against the run and the pass, and he can be a game changer, a game wrecker. I think he's at, 14 sacks right now for them. Still trying to go and beat his own record that he just set out there in terms of sacks in the season for them. So, he's one of them dudes that you got to be, worried about. And we know the matchup that he's going to have also in terms of Dan Moore. That's the one where we already know with Dan, we need him to keep going on the up pointed arrow in terms of where he's been pointing trajectory wise. So that's one of those ones. And then just the third thing I had, and it's nothing of crazy significance, but I do feel like they're starting to gel a little bit more. I don't just specifically bring up Nick Chubb because we know who Nick Chubb is. We know that's their identity. But them gelling is what's making them a little bit more of just that weirdness about them. Because when they're starting to connect a little bit with this Deshaun Watson and Amari Cooper stuff, it can force you to not be able to just pack the box. And that is where issues could potentially arise if you're not able to have that extra defender down there to account for a Nick Chubb, because of them starting to just get a little bit more on the same page passing wise. So hopefully they don't continue to improve this week and they'll wait till the offseason to make even more strides. But just watching them on tape, they have been getting better. It's not a crazy jump, but it has been enough. And that's been reflected even in some of their games. And that's just one of those things for me where I'm just like, let's make sure that we are buttoned up there to not overlook them. But, that's kind of how I felt about it, though, man. What say you, my partner, though?
I think it's pretty simple. Like the one comment said, I forget who said this, someone in the super chat. Stop the run and run the ball. And what's funny about that, I was thinking this on my way over. I was just thinking about even yesterday when we were doing strengths and weaknesses and how we can win the game and whatnot. This has been the scenario for, I'd say, 75% of the season.
Okay.
Run the ball, stop the run. Am I wrong? Like, I'm looking at the games.
I mean, we super simplify it like that.
Huh?
I said we super simplify it like that.
Nah, but like, hold on. Yeah. So Bengals first week. All right, no, not like that. Patriots, I would say, yeah. We were like, dude, just stop the run, make Mac Jones and those bum receivers beat us. Browns, same thing. They got Brissett. We got to stop the run.
Yeah.
Jets.
But what got us in that Browns game, though?
Huh?
I think about that Browns game, though. What was it that was getting us?
Drops on offense. And then on defense, we couldn't stop the run.
Yeah.
And then Jets, kind of the same thing. They stop the run. Make Zach Wilson beat us.
Yeah, not allow him to extend the play. No.
That's true, too. Miami Dolphins, stop the run. Well, Bills, Buccaneers, I wouldn't really say that was a key. Miami Dolphins, Eagles, a lot of that, but no, that was a little bit more dynamic. But then the second half of the season, outside of the Bengals, I feel like that's been the whole strategy.
No, it has been.
Saints,
and
Colts,
don't turn
Falcons,
that ball over,
Ravens,
man.
Panthers, Raiders in a cold game with Jacobs leading the league in rushing. Like, that's been the key. So I feel like it's the same thing with the Browns right here. Now, Deshaun Watson, let's see if he's getting on that pace right now for the last game of the season, because I don't necessarily think this will be the key for next year.
Right.
But with how the Browns have been playing and transitioning, they're still not making Watson do that much. So we got to stop the Browns run, clearly, and hey, run the ball. Yeah. Najee Harris against that Browns defensive line. I think we should have success.
We need to,
Pickett, I think it could be the same type of scenario as last week or these last couple weeks. He's just going to have to make plays, but he's been proving that more and more. Absolutely. He's that type of dude to show up in the clutch.
And do not turn that ball over, please.
So what was that? I'd say literally that's like 75% of the games. We're going up against limited quarterback. Now, I'm not saying Deshaun Watson.
No, we're talking about right now. We're in this stage right now. Yeah,
I'm not saying he's at the tier of Andy Dalton or like Matt Ryan.
We're talking about like for Sunday.
Mariota.
Yeah, for this Sunday coming up.
He hasn't been the Deshaun Watson of old,
Absolutely.
And that's why stopping the run is going to be a key. Yeah. But that's what literally we've been doing ever since the bye, and that's some of the games before the bye. That was our goal too. And we have a pretty good run defense. I believe in them to get the job done here. Yeah. What did I say? I said bold prediction for last week, under 100 yards for the Ravens. It was close.
So you pull up the box scores from that Browns game last time too.
They got 171.
171. What was their receiving? Like, I wanted to know specifically.
205 passing.
No, the specifics of like how much did Coop end with and what did Chubb end with? Those numbers specifically.
You want me to guess on Cooper? Yeah. He hit over 100 for sure.
I thought he had like 129, right?
He hit over 100. Yeah. I mean, Witherspoon was getting cooked.
Yeah.
IMC.
Because I'm trying to think. Like, I remember them running the ball, but I was like, yo, I still remember them like
they
throwing
did it.
that
They
rock,
did it
though.
pretty good in the second half.
That's what it was. Okay.
Chubb had 113. Kareem Hunt had 47.
And
then Cooper had 101. And Njoku, 89.
That's who. Okay, I was about to say, bro, I could have sworn it with throwing on us, bro.
89.
That's who it was. Njoku.
He had 9 receptions. It was just him. It was literally just him and Cooper.
Yep.
Cooper had they threw a couple deep shots to Cooper. Yeah, let's just do that. Yeah. I feel like our secondary is a little bit better now than it was then. I feel like we're just playing better as a full defense, and we got T.J. Watt.
Well, I was gonna also say, what's up with your boy Levi Wallace? I mean, not Levi. I got Akello Witherspoon. Yeah.
No, he's done. William Jackson though, practicing.
Okay.
Eligible to retire.
So he's the only one that came back to practice then?
Have you seen Witherspoon?
No, that's what I was asking. No,
he's not on the injury report. I haven't seen any headlines of him returning either.
I thought
we put him on IR.
Yeah, but I thought that he was another. I could be wrong.
Yeah, check. Might have happened. Yeah, I could go through the injury report real quick.
Do that,
too.
yeah.
We got an updated one. Deontay full. Norwood limited, hamstring. Najee just resting, but he was full today.
7 days ago. December 29th, 2022. On Wednesday, injured cornerback Akello Witherspoon returned to practice. I know I won't trip, but yeah.
Oh,
he still remains on the IR with the designation to return. He has 21 days, but obviously we know, regular season and stuff like that. But yeah.
Okay. Him and Jackson could return.
Mm-hmm.
Arthur Millette, DNP. Wow, yeah, I mean, yeah. This is an illness with him, though. So we got...
Cut up boys so sick with it. Oh,
we got Pierre in the concussion protocol. But he's full practice these last 2 days. What I was going to say is we got 2 cornerbacks on this list right now, so we could use the secondary depth if Akello or William Jackson came back. I'm guessing Pierre, if he's full these last 2 days. Although sometimes the concussion protocol and practice participation can be a little weird.
Because I'm trying to think, when Kenny set, you're right, yeah.
Well, he was limited. He was limited both.
Yeah. We'll see, though. Yeah, we'll see.
This is Pierre's first one.
Yeah.
Minka ankle DNP.
We talked about that stank spat he had on that ankle, bruh. Oh, my.
Good thing. We're not seeing Edmonds or Casey on this, though.
Now, was Minka DNP yesterday as well?
Yeah.
All right. So we'll see about tomorrow.
Miles Jack DNP.
Groin 2 days in a row?
Yep. Highsmith limited ankle.
Flesh wound.
Yeah, he was fine yesterday, and then he popped up limited today.
Yeah, flesh wound.
Dotson, full shoulder, was DNP yesterday.
Because he was moving.
Cam Hayward resting.
Let the OG vet. Let him get a toe.
Ogunjobi, toe, DNP.
You know he gonna have that toe. He gonna have that knee. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have that hammy. Like that.
They got a couple big ones here.
That's what she said.
Denzel Ward, DNP, shoulder. And then Conklin, DNP, ankle. Mari Cooper and Garrett both resting.
Okay.
Illness for Ethan Pochich, center, DNP.
No, but you said, I'm trying to think. Was Conklin DNP yesterday too, or no?
Yeah. Then the only other guy is Isaiah Thomas, defensive end, DNP foot.
All right.
Dearness Johnson, I'm sorry, limited as well.
Yeah. He had his little run though.
Yeah, he did.
He had his little run. He even got
last year. He had a little run.
Had his little LeBron tweet. Now, everybody got the LeBron tweets, but me, man. I low-key be salty about that. Can I, Deke? I was salty about it.
I thought you were gonna get one.
No, I'd never have thought I was gonna get one. I just be sad when I be seeing other people get it. I'd be like, dang, man, that was my opportunity. I needed to ball out on a Thursday night game versus the Browns. Oh man, wow, dang. That's all. It just hurt me. Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't want much of life. Just gotta get a tweet. Dang.
It's still doable.
We'll see.
We get this podcast worldwide. Season episode.
Hey, you know what?
Maybe he comes on.
Maybe they be the option, because you got this. The
shop.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Might be it ain't no conflict of interest, man. We'll do our show and they show. It's all good.
That's it for the injury report. Yeah, my main thing is, hey, just keep doing what we're doing. Really?
Nah, facts.
Honestly, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess we got to worry about Njoku a little bit, but.
And it's funny to say that, though, because Spillane did mention him, too. Think about it. He was talking about, he was like, after we get done with Chubb, he was like, you got Njoku, who's like a small forward out there. And it would make sense for them to even bring him up, because I'm sure if Coach Tomlin, he's definitely going to bring that game. Yeah, absolutely. So that would make sense. I like it.
Andrews cooked us last week. So
I like it.
It can be a weakness for us.
Yeah. All right, so prediction time, man. How we getting it in?
It's pretty simple. We ain't losing this game.
Can't lose it.
We're just not losing.
Can't lose it. Can't happen.
And
drop your score predictions in the chat as well, please.
I'll add another prediction too. Jets beat the Dolphins and the Bills beat the Patriots. What do you know? Steelers in the playoffs. The one team, and we just talked about it, the one team that the rest of the league does not want to see right now. What else do I need to add to all this? Because I feel like I'm a broken record. I feel like Pickett's going to play good, and he's been proving me right consistently. I feel like we're going to be able to run the ball. There was that stat that someone pulled up. We're top 3, or Najee Harris is top 3 in rushing.
Since the bye and everything.
Since the bye week. So he's been proving me right. So that's why is that not going to continue? Our defense continues to play pretty solid and stopping the run. That's what the Browns do good. But you saw what we did against the Ravens last week. We did a pretty damn good job of stopping their run. So let's do it against the Browns. And then Deshaun Watson. Yeah, he's a little rusty. He still ain't Deshaun Watson from the Texans. Now, granted, he has been playing better a little bit these last couple games.
He ain't doing it like that, though.
No, I feel like with a TJ Watt, with a Highsmith, Browns O-line, it's traditionally good. It's got that track record, but it could be had in the passing game. It's good.
Thank you.
Run blocking, but passing game with a Highsmith and TJ Watt and with an Ogunjobi and Hayward, man in the middle of the field there.
I low-key looking, I'm like, reputation. I don't want it. The reputation ain't backing up what I'm seeing on tape right now, man. I'm with you.
And we did, we did fine against Watson whenever he was with the Texans. And granted, he didn't have the running game that he has with the Browns, but he had, I think, more offensive weapons. He had like a Will Fuller and a Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
So, it's probably more equal than I'm giving credit for. With some of these, as I mentioned in the likes and dislikes, some of those secondary Browns guys have stepped up a little bit more with Peoples-Jones and Njoku. They got a Cooper. Close. But, Browns' run game's a little bit better. But Deshaun Watson is not the same Deshaun Watson from the Texans as of right now. Yeah. Could he get there over this offseason and into next year?
We'll worry about that then.
Yeah, exactly. It's tough. It is still Deshaun. I don't want to say like I'm not worried about him.
That's my whole. That's why I said starting to improve. You heard me. I said starting to improve because I'm like.
You heard TG where it's just like, could it be this like snap of a finger
because
game?
Because the thing is, we don't know how long it's going to take for it to click. But when it's kind of like, if Seven were to come out of retirement, how many games do you think it would take for him to click? You see what I mean? Like
right off the bat,
it's just like how many games does it take to click? How many games? And when you watch him, I'm just like, how many? Like I've seen it too many times be elite. So I'm just like, it's only a matter of time before it catches back up.
I think the good part is their identity right now is still running the ball, and I don't think with one game left they're just gonna throw the transcript.
I would agree, and because the end of the season too, the timing of all. If this is week 1, I think is different in terms of what they're willing to try and do and stuff like that. But at this stage, I don't think they taking that approach and we're just gonna try whatever spitball and see what happens. I think they're trying to really come in here and play spoiler.
Yeah. No, I think we get pressure on him. And, I think we get like 3 or 4 sacks, TJ Highsmith, whoever it is. Watson, he throws a pick or two.
I like it.
He definitely throws a pick or two.
I like it.
Score.
Here we go. Dun, dun, dun.
We get in the 20s. Steelers get... Weather's supposed to be like in the 40s. I don't think it's going to be like anything egregious. I think we get... Man, do I got a Boss field goal in there? Can I count on that these days?
Dude, don't you start doing this. You making me nervous, man. Open in or closing? The difficulty matter. If it's open he'll hit. If it's closing, that's how we doing it?
All right. You know what? I'll go 24. I think we get 24. 3 touchdowns, field goal. And then the Browns... 24-17. I think I literally predicted this last week, didn't I? 24-17. But I feel like that's the score.
It's a good prediction, though, man.
24-17.
I like it.
Steelers win. And we're in the playoffs.
I like it. Already. Well, on my end, dude, it's 6-10. Oh, Lord, I'm going to get in trouble. It's all love.
Oh, damn.
But for me, man, score-wise, because it's going to be a good one. I do think it's competitive, too. We got to start fast, though. We're going to start fast. That does.
We have been moving the ball.
That's
what
I'm saying.
Let's
like we start
in the red zone 1 or 2 more times.
We just got to start fast. If we start fast, I think that we take care of business. I actually like it. I'm gonna go 18 to...
Is this just going to be the same score as last week, too? Did you say 18?
Did I say 18? I think I did say 18.
You said a wacky score.
Yeah, it was like, I said it was like 18-15 or 18-30. It was like,
I think that's what it was.
I had it close like that last week. But no, I have it, I think it's a little bit wider of a margin. Probably go 18 to 10. Yeah, I go 18-10.
We lock them down.
Yeah, because they're good enough where they're going to make some plays, and I do think they will be able to do certain things with Amari Cooper, but they aren't operating with enough detail just yet to beat our defense like that. Like, I think our defense, we're not perfect, but we do certain things that match up well with them in terms of our passers, in terms of our hunters that go after quarterbacks. And Deshaun, as the one thing I will say he's been doing good since coming back, is being elusive. They're getting back there to hit him, but they're not getting free sacks where he just goes down. It's like they're trying to chase this dude all around because he's still very elitely talented in that vein. But that's also what we specialize in terms of hunting that ball. Washington doesn't hunt that ball the way that we're going to hunt that ball. So you watch how he's last week getting out of some of that stuff. That doesn't fly in Pittsburgh. We hunt the ball. So in that vein, I do feel like that will keep them at bay. Even though I think they will be able to move the ball at times on us, but I think that's going to ultimately keep them at bay. That's why I have 18 to 10.